Kim Kardashian called out for faking robbery. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, the whole vibe feels like we're on a FaceTime call and we're just hanging out, keeping each other company. So if you wanted a beautiful community where you feel cozy and safe and sparkly and just in time for the holiday season, hit that subscribe button. All right, best friend. So we got to talk about Kim Kardashian and her robbery in Paris that happened in 2016. Now, the reason it's coming up again is because they have just aired that episode in the reality show, The Kardashians, where Kim actually has to go 10 years later almost to go to court in France and literally face off these disgusting losers who tied her down and stole and robbed her and traumatized her for life. Now, I watched that episode and I'll tell you this, that Kim has completely changed in my eyes. The way that she handled going and facing these people who basically put her through the darkest times of her life and who violated her in such a horrible way, and face them and actually even forgive one of them, says a lot about her. And honestly, props to her. Now, in this episode, she talks about how some people didn't believe that this robbery was real. And girl, let me tell you something. I don't know. People out here are playing too much with their karma. You are playing way too much with your karma, girl. You really think that somebody would be able to come up with something like that and lie about that for a show? You guys, if she lied about this after you watched that episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the bitch deserves 500 Oscars, okay? If she was acting. But the fact that people really thought that she would make this up for fame. She already had all the fame she needed in that time, girl. She did not need any more fame.
It don't matter! It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter!
What are you yelling? You just said,
I haven't finished the sentence.
It doesn't matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes.
You know, this is what I think people are like so crazy. Like, it's so crazy for me to think about this. It's like, you know, I understand if it was like some, you know, reality star that, you know, has to call the paparazzi and has to sell their own stories and, you know, fucking work 24 hours on Cameo and, you know, do club appearances. I would second guess if they're telling the truth or not, you know, because yes, of course, there have been reality stars accused of faking robberies. Absolutely. But Kim Kardashian was Kim Kardashian in 2016. Plus, she was married to Kanye. So even triple the amount of fame, right? So she explains that even her ex-husband said that she faked this robbery for the show.
Even my ex-husband had said, you know, and you faked your robbery for a TV show, and had said that in front of all these people.
And of course, we know that Kanye has said some crazy things about Kim in the past. But I will say this, you guys, after watching her talk about this for the second time, because this is from the new Kardashian show, in Keeping Up with the Kardashians years ago, she already talked about this. And it was incredibly emotional, where she was basically just saying that when she was in Paris, Kourtney was there, Kendall was there, Kris was there, their mom, but Kris was staying in another hotel across the street or 5 minutes away, and Kendall and Kourtney were staying with her. And that Kim's only thing in her mind was, please don't let Kourtney find me dead, because it will traumatize her for life. The fact that Kim prayed and thought about anyone else at the moment where she was gagged and tied and blindfolded, didn't know what was happening, and praying that whoever finds her doesn't get traumatized. I know that they're hated so much, and I know that a lot of people have so many mixed emotions about them, but like, these are real life things that happened to her. And one thing that I don't understand is how people find joy out of this, especially if you don't like a celebrity, because in my opinion, it's like it's a celebrity. Like, you have the choice to say, oh, you know what, I don't want to follow them, or oh, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with them, or you know what, they're not my cup of tea, so I'm not going to watch them. You know, that's definitely your choice. Like, she's not your roommate, she's not your aunt who lives, you know, next door to you, she's not your mother that you have to see all the time. Sorry, I'm so distracted because I can see across my building, and I have my window, my curtains open, and there's this. Oh, I have to close hang on. I have to close my closet door because my closet goes like directly, and I can see like across the building, and it goes to like the laundry room. And I had to like a little run-in with the neighbor that is there. Not a bad one, but like, he was in the elevator this morning, and I was with my dogs, and it was early in the morning, and he was petting my dogs, and then I noticed that he was fully awakened, if you know what I mean. And I did not know what, I was like, is he sleepwalking? What? Why is that thing saying good morning? Like, he was literally stretching, doing this, and like, after petting my dogs, he just kind of did, and he looked at me, and that thing was like, good morning. I was like, girl, it is way too early for this mess. So, and now he's there doing his laundry. So I was just like distracted that I was like, oh my God, girl. So I have to like close her. I have the craziest neighbors, like the craziest fucking neighbors. Like, I'm like, how are you going to go down to the lobby to get coffee? And your next door neighbor is fully getting evicted from your pants. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, are these behaviors normal? Do you know what I mean? And it's not the first time I see him. I've actually met him a couple times. But I was just like, girl, what is going on here? Anyways. Sorry, back to this, girl. Sorry, you guys know me. I have ADHD. Anyways, so yeah, so listen. The fact that people got excited or even celebrate the fact that that something could have happened to her is crazy to me, because again, they're celebrities. You can pick or choose who you follow, who you support. And watching her forgive one of the guys who did this to her, who asked for forgiveness, and for her to say, look, I am here to do what's right. And to live all these years and have people accuse her of faking this, Kanye being one of them who was there basically, right? He literally like picked Kim up and everything, you know, and they went back to New York together, and you know, it's all on the Kardashian show, and Kim trying to be brave because North is waiting for her. Like, it honestly, watching this is so crazy to me because, you know, you think because it's a reality show and it's a Kardashians, like, of course, you know, there's fake storylines. I'm sure there's some storylines that aren't true, right? But this is something so massive that just, it gives me anxiety. It really does give me anxiety. And the fact that, like, you know, again, people didn't believe her, and that there was all this drama, like, I really, honestly, this really did change the way I look at the Kardashians, and especially the way I look at Kim, because I just don't think that I would be able to forgive this guy. Like, I really wouldn't. He wrote her a letter, and he read it in the court, and she turned around to him and said, I forgive you. Which is also really amazing, you know what she did, because of course they stole all her jewelry. She wore all of her jewelry. The ring that they stole from her, she got a replica of it, and she got like even a bigger replica of it, and she wore that. So like, she was there just taunting them. Like, you know, she was fully there in full glam with all her jewelry. Like, I thought it was such an incredible and powerful episode, if I'm being very honest. But anyways, I don't know what the point of this video was, but I just thought it was so crazy to see this, and also to still have people say things like, you know, I wish they would have just, you know, did this to her and did that to her. And, you know, I'm just like, she's a mother. Like, I understand the Kardashians aren't everyone's cup of tea, but it's just like, I feel like at some point it's like also people forget celebrities are human beings. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't want to hear that I'm on a payroll. I don't want to hear nothing. It's just, I don't know, like, and I'm not the smartest person in the world. Definitely not the sharpest, you know, tool in the Home Depot or the lightest bulb at the Home Depot. But like, if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to hate watch them. You know, like, I don't hate watch people. I have, you know, better things to do with my life. Like binge watch, you know, Sabrina the Teenage Witch or some shit, you know? Anywho, if you guys have Hulu or Disney Plus, go watch it. It's the last episode that came out from the Kardashians. It's actually really, really cool. It really makes you look at Kim a different way. But anywho, love you guys so much for watching. Just thought I'd share. I love you all. I'm so grateful and thankful for you. And I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye.